So out of my 2 gas tanks, this is my best option, unfortunately. And it is pretty nasty inside. So we're gonna see what we can do to get that cleaned out. And I have POR15 tank sealer that hopefully is gonna make this tank like new. So after pressure washing, can't say it looks much better. There's probably a little less debris floating around, but it's still pretty nasty looking. I power washed it out a couple times with degreaser and water. And this is actually a load of vinegar that I just put in, a bottle of vinegar. So I'm gonna let that roll around and see if it dissolves any of the rust. And then I'll use degreaser and power wash it again a couple more times before we let it dry out. Hopefully it gets it clean enough that we can reuse this tank. After a few hours soaking it with vinegar and the pressure washer, you see there's actually some kind of shiny spots in there. I wish I could get the phone in the hole. I think I'll try and pressure wash the bottom a little more. So I was getting ready to seal the tank now that it's had a couple weeks to completely dry after I pressure washed it out. But I can feel in on the top side how there's still some rust scale, like up in here that I was unable to get to. So I think what I'm gonna do, obviously the majority of the dirt and stuff that was in there is out. I just vacuumed out the stuff I could hear that was still floating around. But I'm gonna take this large chain, throw it in there, and I'm gonna shake it all around and see if it knocks any more scale off that I can use the vacuum to get out before I seal it. But otherwise we're gonna put the sealer in it today, and it's supposed to sit for 96 hours, I think, before we can put fuel in it. I'll probably let it sit all week long, but we're gonna get this tank done. All right, after thoroughly exhausting my arms, I've got the chain here. Oh, you actually still see the smoke coming out of the hole. And now with the chain out, there's basically nothing inside. You couldn't hear anything moving. What did we pick up? Oh yeah, can you hear that? Yeah, there's tons more dust came out, so we're gonna vacuum it out and get it cleaned up. The product I'm using is POR15 fuel tank sealer. It's supposed to be safe for all gas and alcohols. Pinholes and seams it's supposed to fill, so I don't think this tank was even leaking, but I'm hoping it just encapsulates all that extra rust and keeps that stuff out of my fuel system. So we're gonna put this stuff in there and hope for the best. Well, I may have got ahead of myself a little bit here. Last time I read the directions, it told me to use the degreaser and the hot water and clean it out until it came clean. And so that's kind of where I stopped at, thought that I was done, but then I just reread the directions, and it actually wants me to use the metal prep, pour an entire bottle in, and let it sit in there for, what's it say, 20 minutes on each side. So I'm not gonna actually get this tank coated today because I'm not gonna skip this step, because this will help get rid of some of the rust inside the tank too and make sure that this sticks correctly. So we're gonna do this instead and probably reseal the tank another day. All right. Still's got a lot of rust in there. This is inside the tank after I cleaned it out the last time here. Let's see what this looks like when it's coated. After I let it sit overnight, I rotated it all day yesterday until it completely dried. The whole inside of the tank has got this nice coating of gray. There's some chunks in it. I probably should have stirred it better. Live and learn. Down through this end, there's there's quite a valley there of thickness. Oh no, that's a bump. I thought that was a really thick puddle of it, but that's actually the raised edge. So this is what it is here. This is the funnel I used to drain it out, or put it into. I can get it to peel here. It's super flexible. So seems pretty strong. I can get it out here. This is what the tank seal is going to end up drying to. It's really flexible, doesn't crack. Obviously it doesn't stick well to plastic. Let's hope it sticks really well to the rusty metal in the tank, which it should. And it's supposed to prevent or resistant to all fuels, alcohols, and additives. So once this stuff is dry, you're basically not supposed to be able to get it off chemically. So hopefully that saves my tank. Like I said, it really didn't leak before, but there's just a lot of rust in it. And putting this in there should prevent that rust from getting into the fuel system and causing me problems later in life. So hopefully this is a permanent fix. There is a big dent in the bottom of the tank that I wish wasn't there. But it's my car, so I don't really care that much. I don't plan to sell it. It isn't gonna hurt anything. It might cost me a half a gallon of space in the tank, because it's a pretty good sized dent, but it shouldn't hurt the function of the actual fuel tank or me using the car. So just kind of another shot inside there. So if you have a really rusted up tank or one that's got holes in it, obviously I can't tell you how long or how good it is over time, but this is what I used and it seems to be working well.